Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Tulkas Plays Digimon World Re-digitize. I have real trouble with that re-digitize. Thank you everybody for coming out today. Appreciate all the support we've been getting on the channel, and surprisingly on this series. Very surprised at how well it did. It is my #1 viewed video right now. And to everyone who sat through the first video, I want to apologize. The audio mix was off and the game sounds were incredibly loud compared to my commentary, and at places, especially during some of the cutscenes, the sound would spike suddenly very loud. And I know a couple of times while I was watching it by myself that it would absolutely take my breath away. So I do apologize for that. I hopefully have it fixed now. Agumon made it back. We fought him at the end of the last episode, saved him from the black smoke. He's come back to town and opened up a warehouse straight across from Digimon's house, and he sent us 3 small recoveries, 3 MP floppies, as a sort of apology for attacking us, which we will graciously accept. Let me get my bearings. Where are we? So this is the other end of town. This is where Agumon's clinic is. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. I think we slept right at the end of the last episode. It being a new day, we should definitely go and get our ration of meat. Do appreciate everybody being so kind to come out and watch the video. If you enjoy what you're seeing, go ahead and leave a like down below. Really helps out. Probably not today. If you enjoy the videos consistently and want to see more in the future, go ahead and subscribe. That way you get notified every time a new video comes out. Thank you very much, Cormon. Let me just take a look at how many we've got. We have 17. I think we're probably fine for right now. Oh, you need a bathroom. And if you enjoy what you're seeing and you want to talk about it, if you'd like to have your name or a name of your choosing put in as the next Digimon we receive, we'll be more than happy to do that for you. Just leave a comment down below. If you have any tips or advice on the series, I would love to hear it. I'm still relatively new to it. I do have like a personal save file I've been doing on my own, just kind of get to grips with some of the mechanics and whatnot. But I'm not that far into the story, and anything you have to say, I'd love to hear it, because there is a lot going on in this game. Lots to unpack. Alright, so Agumon's all refreshed up. This episode alone, I'm going to make the executive decision to do the training and to show the training. There are many games associated. We talked about it a bit last time, if you could hear it over the game sound. And then we went out and fought Agumon. But I'm going to leave the training in this time, and if you have a preference on whether we leave the training or not, leave a comment down below. Because sometimes these mini games could get boring. Made it there. If you can do these intermediate trainings, sometimes they can take some time to get used to the timings, but they really do boost up your training, make it go a lot faster. Because the reality is, you only get so long with your Digimon. Poor Agumon is not going to be with us for a terribly much longer. We will probably be able to get him to Digivolve once. I doubt very sincerely we will be able to get him to Digivolve more than that. So we'll very shortly. If you have a preference on which Digi-Egg we pick next time, by all means, drop me a couple colors down below so I know what everybody wants me to pick. Otherwise, I'll just randomize it. Now I know probably everybody wants to at least see Greymon, and to give us the best chance of that, Agumon is very offense-based, and Greymon, we can probably get that if we just really focus down his offense. Yeah, that's over 200 now, looking good. I'm probably going to take it to 250 and then stop, and we'll have enough time, I think, to go out and do a little bit of exploring. Oh, I missed that one. This game is very strange in a way. I enjoy the world. I think it actually looks really nice. I think that it's a pretty well done game. I'm actually really enjoying it. But there is this, I missed it again. There is this weird thing where we'll train Agumon and we'll be able to go out to a certain point. There'll be a certain distance from the city we can technically go before we start running into Digimon that are just overwhelmingly too powerful. And it's not all that far out. Well, if we're successful and we can get Agumon to Digivolve into Greymon, we'll be able to push even further out. And then, we'll probably make it a good ways through those areas, and then, unfortunately, Greymon will pass away if we can get to Greymon. There are other options that Agumon can turn into. So no guarantees. We're just gonna hope for the best. But he'll pass away, and we'll start over from a Digi-Egg, which is great in a lot of ways because some of his stats will get passed down. The next Digimon will grow more quickly and have a higher ceiling, if you will. It can achieve more in its lifespan than Agumon will be able to do. But it will reset our ability to go out. That's not as big of a problem the first time because you're already not going very far. But once you've had an ultimate or a mega Digimon, I have found in my personal file that once you've gotten to that point and you've gotten used to going out to a certain distance and then you have to stop again, it can really slow down the story progress. When you just can't go, your Digimon's just not strong enough to go to the areas you're used to traveling to. Barely made that one. I think we're at 250 now. Yeah. So I'm going to stop there and we're actually going to venture out and do some stuff. Now I don't want to go far because as of right now we don't have a lot of items. And we do have to stay kind of near to where I know toilets are, unfortunately. Not my favorite mechanic out of any game, but we'll deal with it. It's worth it for the rest of the game. I think it's probably got more good than it does bad. So we'll go out here onto the railroad plains. And I'm just going to pick a fight with somebody so that we can kind of get a feel for if Agumon is ready to venture out into the world. I would say we're okay for a hot minute. I would say we can safely venture out just a ways. We got a free meat out of that battle, and all of his stats are going to continue to rise just a little bit. Earned a title perfect. I guess that's sort of an achievement for winning a battle without taking any damage. Nice. So we'll just run over here and we'll cross into the next sort of area of this region. See what's going on here. Oh, that Solarmon, or Agumon, whichever one it is. See, we don't a bit more get outside of town. I knew you were going to have to go to the bathroom. Now the fun begins. We got to run back. And I think the world looks really nice, and it's got some good music playing in the background. And we can always talk. Drop me a comment down below if you want me to cut some of this out. Because we are for a little while until we get enough money to keep the portable toilets well stocked in our inventory. We are going to have to be running back and forth quite a bit just for this purpose, and it will slow us down quite a bit. But I'll leave it in until I hear from somebody that they don't want to see it. Some people get really upset when you cut out parts of the playthrough, so I don't want to do anything without talking to you guys first. Because that's what we're here for. If I make a product and you guys don't want to watch it, what was the point? And I do think for a PSP game, for it being a mobile, you are hungry again? You have eaten 4 pieces of meat and it is just like early afternoon. So there's a trick. We are eventually going to encounter a Digimon that will take over. Well, we'll join Koromon there at the meat farm, and that will actually... You are sleepy? It is 4 o'clock in the afternoon, Agumon. Okay, sure. Oh look, Digishrink. We'll pick this up. And then I'm going to step just back inside town. I don't think it affects anything in this game, but I do like to rest here if I can. We'll go ahead and let you sleep. Now I've completely lost track of what I was about to say. I like to keep at least 2 save files going, just in case something happens to one. We don't lose all our progress. Oh, he's gonna Digivolve. Let's see what happens here. Very exciting. Yeah, we got Greymon. We did it. I was not expecting that, especially not that quick. That is awesome. Alright, let's take a look. What do your stats look like, big boy? So about 2 days we have already gotten a Digivolution. We have until the 3rd, I think, is the way it works here. So offense took a big jump. I say a big jump. It took a jump up to 272. Defense is still lagging a little bit behind speed and brains. Now, like I said, I don't know that we can get Greymon up to the point of evolving into, or digivolving into Metal Greymon. I'm trying to make a quick calculation here because I semi know how this path works. I think we would need to get offense up to roughly 500 or so, 400 or so. I'm actually making the decision right now that we're actually going to go out and try to do something story-wise, because, well, just because we can. Well, dummy me, we never went back to see Digimon, did we? After we got Goblimon to come back to the city. We haven't picked up our meat for the day. I'm losing it. Trying to do commentary is wrecking my ability to coherently think. Do I need to? I'm probably going to need to buy a little bit more. I can't afford to, but I'm probably going to need to. Greymon will eat a lot. Another good reason not to try to focus on training. It's dropping. Once it gets down to around 50 or 55, you can really make some profit if you're careful. But yeah, I think we're going to try to do some story stuff while we've got a champion. That'll give us the ability to push out a little bit, but it won't let us push out too far. That way it won't slow us down when we start over again. Because this first Digimon is just not designed to stick around for too long. So here's Digimon. His weird stuffed paw he carries around. Oh there! You did it! Thanks to you, Goblimon has returned to the city. Goblimon has even reopened his warehouse. The city is getting lively again. I don't know why Digimon sounds like he smokes a lot of crack. Alright, speaking of the city's reconstruction, let's call it the prosperity rate from now on. Prosperity rate? Well, I can't think of a better way to put it. It represents the liveliness of the city. If you talk to any other Digimon during your travels, please try to persuade them to come back to the city. If they do, the city will become more prosperous and more useful to you. Well, how is it going to be useful? From the warehouse and restaurant to the hospital and meat field, now that I think of it, there's no one at the Coliseum's reception desk either. Basically, as this prosperity rate rises, you'll gain access to more services. Why is the prosperity rate low to begin with? Although there are still some Digimon left in the city, it's gotten rather empty here. Some of the Digimon who left had a huge impact on the city's prosperity rate. Please bring all those Digimon back to the city and make it lively again. He's very interested in making this a lively city. So is it just a number? Correct. That's the thing about the digital world. Ultimately, everything is a number. I'm being very clever about a terribly complicated abstract concept. If you want to know the prosperity rate, you can ask me anytime. Well, that's all there is to know about the prosperity rate. Did you understand everything? Definitely don't want to hear you explain it again. When you see Digimon during your travels, please try to convince them to come back to the city, so that I can bore them with my weird voice and my stuffed paw. So our Digimon is speaking to Digimon on our behalf. Why am I here? Why is Tulkas here? Can we get him back to where he belongs? Because all he wants to do is train me and drag me around fields when all I want to do is go to the bathroom. Probably. Recently, accidents have been happening in the digital world, and you humans have been wandering around in this world. Digimon suddenly started turning black, distorted dimensions have started appearing. A lot of strange things are going on. I wanted to examine the situation, but suddenly the memorial stela have stopped working. What's a memorial stela? They are stone monuments that store the memories of File Island. No, it's not weird that an island would have memories. Don't interrupt. Of this island, to be precise. If we could get to the memorial stela, we might find out why these things are happening, or how to get you back to the real world. Now this I find strange. What makes this world any less real than the world that I came from? These creatures appear to be sentient. You can eat here, you can touch things, you have clothing, you have all your senses. You exist here to some degree. They exist here to a great degree. This is a weird way to put it. Is this world not real? I mean, I get that it's digital, but does that mean it's not real? Abstract concepts rearing their ugly head again. I don't have a voice for Greymon. I'm not going to try to do one just because he's not going to be around forever. The closest one is on the railroad plains. The fastest way to get there is to leave through the city's western exit. We expect you to know compass directions, even though you're probably a small child. The west exit... Oh, that's Greymon. Wait, don't rush off like that. Before going to Railroad Plains, will you look for the 2 other humans that were here earlier? Since we don't know precisely what is happening at the Memorial Stela, it would probably be better if you went there with those 2. They stormed off without listening to anything I had to say, probably because this voice is incredibly irritating. But they can't have gotten far. Those kids might also be looking for a way to return to the real world. Why wouldn't they want to get back to their parents and loved ones? Wonder what the other humans are like. If we go right now, we might be able to catch them. I bet if I went around and ran through the railroad plains until you died, I'd still be able to catch them with the next Digimon. Gigimon's favorite. All I had to do was go fight Gabumon, and Digimon suddenly, he's taking me under his wing. I like this view for this cutscene. It completely blocks the face of this Digimon. It's Gaomon, clearly. Ah, geez, what a pain. The 2 of us can handle it. But even so... Oh? Huh? What's wrong? Huh? Is that you, Tulkas? I don't know why I sound like Digimon. I've got stuck in this voice. Okay, I'm gonna kill it because we're almost at the end of the episode. You guys let me know if you want to see like voice acted stuff in the future, or if you want me to just read it plainly, or if you want me to skip the dialogue entirely, if you don't care about it, and just get to the Digimon. Still, what a shock. Suddenly get thrown into this digital world. For some reason, the Digimon are keeping their distance. They're somehow afraid of these very alien creatures that they've never seen before, and that are much bigger than them in their in-training stage. Tulkas, do you know this guy? Greymon's like, are you sure you know this guy? Do we want to talk to him? He's got a weird look in his eyes. He's got crazy eyes. We don't just know each other, we're best friends. In the real world, we're neighbors. I call all my neighbors my best friends. I don't really know any of them, but I needed friends and they were close by. You must be Tulkas' partner. I'm Nico. This is my partner, Sasha. It's Sashinka, Master. Now this is odd to me. If it's his partner and that we're going with the idea that like you had a partner Digimon before you came here, did he not name this Digimon? Because that's not, it's like, it's a Gaomon, it's not a Sashinka. Why would he not know what its name is? And if he wanted it to be Sasha, why not just name it Sasha? Anyway, the strange message sure led to something unbelievable. You mentioned re-digitize, entering that keyword brought us here. By the way, how did you know that word? Intuition. Liar. Okay, yeah, we're really good friends. You just called me a liar about something I just answered honestly about. Left side protagonist. Super happy, kind of dopey face. Just glad to be here. Nico, you're a liar. There's no way that popped into your head. You're a liar. Oh, I know. It must have been at my house, because my house has everything. You have a 50-inch television. We have a 52-inch television. You ever have somebody like that you went to school with? They were just constantly one-upping you, even if they didn't mean to. I knew a guy. He was a really nice guy. I'm just going to skip through some of this because it's kind of boring. But I would go in, and like after a weekend, we'd go back in on Monday morning, and he'd be like, hey, what's up? And I would try to avoid him because he'd be like, how was your weekend? And I'd be like, oh, it was good. I had a really nice weekend. Alright, so it wants us to hurry to the Memorial Stela. I'm going to follow this direction just because I think we're going to have another little cutscene. Yeah. And I didn't want to answer him. And I'd be like, well, we had a good time. You know, we had church on Sunday, had a nice family dinner in between services, and went on a picnic on Saturday and hiked in the Blue Ridge Mountains a little bit. And he'd be like, oh, that's really nice. And he was very genuine. He was not a bad guy at all. And then all of a sudden, you'd kind of be forced by social convention to ask him, well, how was your weekend? And he would be like, oh, it was great. Yeah, we went snowboarding out of helicopters in the Alps, and then we went on a quick one-day cruise around the Mediterranean on my dad's yacht. And I crap you not, that was actually kind of his life. His family had a lot of money, and they had a lot of connections, and he got to do stuff like that. And it was just awful. Like, I was really glad for him, but it was just, you could not just have a normal day with that dude. You couldn't just tell him, this is what I did and it was fine. I had fun time with my family. No, he one-upped everything. Couldn't help it. So this girl, even though the in-training Digimon are scared of everybody else, they seem to be getting along with her. She's got a Biyomon for a partner. Yeah, well, I did fly here. Yep, she's a little weird, but I think that's more or less just like Japanese convention. She is probably one of those typical anime girls. A Kiho. I'm gonna call her a Hiko, I guarantee it, but I can see it spelled. It's a Kiho, and this is Digitorin. What an absolutely ridiculous name, Digitorin. Shut up, Digimon. Don't tell me not to share my full name with strangers. Sorry about that, Tulkas. Do you want my mother's maiden name and my social security number while we're at it? So rude to be a mom. Isn't it kind of weird that I got sucked through a computer into a world full of monsters? Yeah, that is a little weird, now that you mention it. So he's mentioning that the Digimon seem scared of humans. They said something big's going on right now, and they're in some kind of trouble. And it's kind of just popping up here a little bit, just kind of in the background, that you wonder if, even if there's trouble in the digital world, why would they be scared of humans? Like, they may not know what humans are, but they've clearly heard of us. And there's no reason for them to be like that afraid. So you kind of get the feeling that whatever is happening probably has to do with humans. So they do good work, like laying groundwork for a story even here early on. So we're supposed to go with her to semi-find the Memorial Stela in the Railroad Plains. This cutscene takes a hot minute to finish. But I'm going to just follow the way that she ran out. We'll try to get through all these cut things. I think there's one more before we get done today. Yeah, they're both standing over here kind of arguing. So we're just going to check this out, see if we can break it up. Oh, we'll skip past that. Not going to be doing any of the vulgarity. No need for that. You're the one that came out of nowhere. Clearly teenagers fighting. Because being given a Digimon of your own and being turned loose on a world that you can just be a hero in, that's not enough. You got to really pick a fight with your fellow teenagers. She's saying that we should split up and look for the Memorial Stela. Why don't you mind your own business? You're only ranked 4th. So apparently Digimon is like, in the real world, a game where you can actually fight the Digimon. It's very strange. It goes on sort of in the background. It doesn't get brought up a whole lot. But they're ranked in the world. So apparently he's like the 4th best Digimon tamer in the game. And then he asks her about her rank and she kind of blows him off and doesn't mention it, saying it's definitely higher. Well, there's only a couple positions higher, and we already know that I was like 2nd or 3rd. So they're not leaving a lot to the interpretation. Now, so I think she wants to split up and just look for them as a team, and then he wants to compete to see if we can beat her. I don't think it affects anything in the long run, but I think it would probably make the most sense to work together. I mean, we're the only few humans here. Probably makes the most sense, right? She's very happy about this, even though her Digimon has a terribly stupid name, Digitorin. Biyomon's little, like, head curl thing looks a little ragged. That's kind of strange. Just stop fighting. Since we all flew in here together, we're in the same boat. Now, she's talking sense. That's very true. If you're the only few humans you know of who are here, we gotta work together. Shut up, we can handle this by ourselves. We don't need you. You're a girl. That's sexist, dude. She can do just as much as you can. Our goals are the same. She's right. Stop being such a prig. You're such a chauvinist, Nico. You wonder why people don't want to be your friend. So we'll just split up and start the investigation. We will come back to the investigation next time in Digimon World. Just appreciate everybody coming out once again while we're saving. Thank everybody for all the support we've been getting on the channel. Hopefully this video will come out better with the audio. We've got Greymon. It's been a very eventful episode. Got this big fella here for us. And next time we'll head out onto the Railroad Plains with our new champion Digimon, and we will try to find this Memorial Stela and progress the story. If you enjoy the video, please do hit the like button. It helps out a lot. If you enjoy all the content and want to see more in the future, I'm not going to check that until next time. Do hit subscribe so you get notified every time a new video comes out. And we'd love to hear from you, so do drop a comment down below. And definitely do so if you'd like to have yourself in the series. We'll name the next Digimon after you. I hope everyone has a wonderful time until we meet again. God bless each and every one of you. Bye-bye.